Alright, hey there YouTube, give me a second. This is the Gold Jeep. I was having issues with this thing, low idle, stalling, just randomly not starting back up unless I sprayed like starter fluid down in the intake, and then it would start running again. So a lot of times I know people, and you'll see the mess here. I'll get to that in a minute. I apologize for not doing a video on it, but I was kind of in a panic trying to get this thing running because this is like one of my only vehicles right now. And so I've had to miss a couple days of work trying to fix it. But usually a lot of times when that stuff happens, people figure that it's the crankshaft position sensor. Well, I swapped it out. Ended up not being the issue. I swapped in a kind of a test idle air control as well, because that was part of my troubleshooting. The throttle position sensor I've changed. That wasn't it, because I've had that happen. Changed the cam position sensor, but it's called like a sync something or other. I can't remember the name of it. I changed that out. Thought I might have put in the distributor wrong, but that wasn't the case. Thought it was my coil that was bad. I did I think my cap was part of the problem because it was all corroded and everything, my spark plug. So I just did a tune up, new rotor, new cap, new wires, new plugs. That wasn't it. Couldn't really find too much online. Kept messing with the fuses and the relays. Nothing was helping. I even swapped out a different fuel pressure regulator. That wasn't it. So started thinking that was the PCM. So what I did is I disconnected it. Of course, you disconnect the battery first, then you disconnect this lead right here with all the wires that go into it, and I put it in the Comanche, which is running. I can't run it, I can't drive it because it's not registered, and it still worked. So, and the reason why I was thinking it might have been the PCM is because it had the code 12. But I was getting code 12. Sometimes I got like a code 24, but that went away. Code 27 was popping up, which was the injectors. So eventually I started messing around, and that's why the wires are a mess. I pulled it all apart, and you'll see like this. I can't point at it, but you see that big glob of tape. That was a couple of the leads had inside of like a shrink wrap, which kind of looked like, let me try to point it, this one here, and they were in something like that, but then they were broken up, and somebody used glue to like glue them all together. So I cut them, respliced them, soldered them together, and then wrapped them in tape, and it fired right up. So if you have that issue, check your wires, because at one point my transfer case dropped because the bolts broke. So it put a lot of strain back there, and I can see why it, but that was a while ago, and just over time it ended up breaking and causing me all these issues. So I apologize again for not doing a video on it, but it runs good now. I'm not going to start it up. I'm going to go in because it's freezing. But check your wires. Probably that should be like one of the first things that you should do. I'm going to wrap that all back up and get it looking pretty again, but go through your troubleshooting tree, figure it out. That's what it ended up being for me. Ouch. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to do this one-handed. But she runs now, so check your wiring, because it could be crossed, because it ended up being a fuel issue for me. So maybe tomorrow I'll do a better video, but y'all take care now. Till next time.